Hi, everybody. I have graded your first writing assignment, and I wanted to give you a little feedback on how I grade the college paper. So let's jump into some of the specific tips, tricks, techniques I would suggest for you. First off, I highly recommend, please go back, take a look at my course home announcement on writing tips, content matters. What you'll find in the lower left section of that course home announcement is a very short presentation that I made on how to write a college paper. I strongly suggest you'll want to go back, take a look at that, and see if that helps with your second paper. Uh, Let me give you just highlight a couple of things, a few things that are chief obstacles in writing the paper and in its assessment. The first is the college paper, just like any professional paper, will have to have an independent, standalone, separate title page. So be sure when you write a professional paper that it comes with a title page, a cover page, if you will. Next is the basic layout of any professional paper. As I had mentioned in a previous presentation about writing the college paper, what you'll find in your professional writing, uh, every reader will want to open up your essay, your report, your professional paper, and see an introduction. You can look up easily online what goes into the professional paper, the college paper, academic writing. What is that introduction? Then, of course, you have a body of the material, the body of your paper. The body, by the way, remember, is broken into separate sections and subsections that reflect your introduction. In your introduction, you'll lay out a basic essay that you want to present to the reader. Those headings, those titles, those elements that you have included in your introduction will be found in the body of the paper with section headings. They're specific standalone sections. And then, of course, every paper, whether a professional paper at work or a white paper that you write for the industry or academic papers, will have a conclusion. And there again, you can easily look that up online. There are a lot of great guides on writing the professional paper and the elements of it. Uh, Again, and I had mentioned this in the previous how to write the college paper. The chief mistake I find in student papers, I occasionally, you remember, I consulted for, or have continued to consult for 20 some years and lead junior consultants on engagements. So I occasionally find this with their writing also. They'll miss an entire section. So students will inadvertently just omit a section out of the paper. I have found in the past that's predominantly caused by the student reads the assignment, has in mind what the assignment is and how they'll address it, and then they go into writing before constructing an outline. Then in the writing process, they just miss a section. They forget that there's a section in the assignment. So my tip, always start your writing with an outline. The outline should mimic the assignment guidelines. That way you never inadvertently miss a section. Another one I find very typical um, in both professional writing and academic writing is the structure of the paragraph. Remember, almost, if you will, like when you're writing an email, and your typical email is about the size of a paragraph in a paper. What you'll usually do is introduce the topic, whatever you're going to speak to talk about, to write about. So there will always be a topic sentence. Then you develop that topic sentence in the body of the paragraph, you present some evidence. And then you conclude. It's almost like signing off. And in conclusion, these are the things that I brought up, I covered, I presented evidence, and here's what I think. So you'll always conclude your paragraph. Now let me go in briefly about how I will grade your college paper. Basically, it's along those key elements that I just outlined. I give so many points to your introduction. How well do you get the reader ready to jump into your paper? Then if you look at the body of your paper, I'm looking for your knowledge and your critical thinking about that knowledge. So I have a significant point set aside for how well you demonstrate the knowledge of the topic, whatever question is being addressed in that week's essay, and how you think about it, how you would apply it, your ideas about that knowledge. Then, of course, you'll see on my template, I have a certain number of points set aside for how do you conclude your essay. The rest is somewhat mechanical. I look at mechanics of your paper. Do you have page numbers? Do you have a title page? Do you have section headings? Do you have a reference list? Then I also have points set aside for writing. How well do you write? Are there misspellings? Is your paper grammatically correct? My grading, that's basically it. Those are the elements of my grading. But what you'll find in my grading is I'm trying to help you with the grading and the feedback I'll put in your paper to write a stronger and stronger professional paper, not just for academia, but more importantly for the real world, for that professional report. All right, everybody, that's it. Please take a look at your grades for your first writing assignment. Be sure to go back, take a look at my presentation on writing the college paper, and good luck. I look forward to reading your next paper. All right, I'll see you online.